go. Hey, now we're going on take 7 or 8 here.
I keep making funny
Life
faces.
is a struggle. Well, that's kind of your thing.
Well, if
So,
it's taking too long, then it's like, well, let's make
welcome
funny
to
faces.
Conference Update with Brian and Donalyn.
Hi.
Superintendent Brian and Donalyn.
Wow.
I was careful not to say Superintendent Brian for the earlier ones, but
because you weren't super yet.
I was not yet super. I was just okay.
Oh boy.
Anyway, hey, we survived annual conference.
Yes,
Barely,
we did.
But we did. Annual conference just happened, and we had a great time.
We did.
Oh my goodness. You did?
Yeah.
What did you like about annual conference?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Seeing I love seeing everybody.
Yeah.
You know, that's my favorite part always is just making those connections, you know, with everybody. Yeah, I love that. And it was great to get to know some of the Western Conference guys. That was a lot of fun too. So I had a lot of fun.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to me you didn't mention the morning devotionals with the best looking preacher you know.
I kind of missed the first one.
Yeah, that's okay.
But the second one was really good.
Okay, good.
So I was smiling because I was like, oh, that's my guy, and I like listening to you preach and say things.
It was great, and worship team was amazing. Love the worship team, our all-star worship team from several different churches, and so that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a little bit of business. We had elections. And most of them were just, motion to cast a unanimous ballot. But, we don't want to take that too lightly because we are affirming that these people are in positions here in the conference to do things. And we appreciate their willingness to serve. And so don't take that for granted because there's a lot of people not willing to do much of anything these days. In this world where people are just like, leave me alone. But whenever somebody is willing to do something, we celebrate that. That's awesome. And we did some elections. We did credentials last night, and that was great. And really appreciate Randy and Nancy.
Oh my goodness, yes.
They set us up quite well. And so, and
I did a lot of things that I've never done before, and which was good because it just would, help to me wrap myself brain around how does this work. But and Nancy's been so great.
Oh, just kind and gracious.
Yeah.
My goodness, Randy's so good to me. Better than I deserve. So I was just thinking about that this afternoon in my office, how Randy set me up for success. So if I fail, it's
on you.
It's on me. It's totally on me.
Oh boy.
That's no fun.
But it's going to be fun working with Dave. We're having fun, and so I'm looking forward to.
Dave's awesome. Dave's awesome. And you know what?
But I'm going to miss having Nancy around because I was kind of like, that was fun.
Yes, absolutely. I like Nancy.
I do too.
And that was, Jay called an audible last night. I probably should have asked more questions about the evening service. I didn't. I just kind of figured, hey, they got this. And if I need to know something, they'll let me know.
Right?
Yeah. Well, so people said, hey, Brian, you did a great job reading assignments. I wasn't planning on that.
Well, way to go with the flow.
Because I don't do that well. Well, because in the past, I thought the general superintendent reads the assignments, and then Randy and Nancy would stand there and hand out the piece of paper with the list of assignments and shake your hand, and then I would stand next to Jeremiah and
that's right. I don't have a picture of you and Jeremiah.
I know, it's weird because I've looked in my Facebook memories the past few days, and there's always a picture of me standing next to Jeremiah when they read the assignments, and we missed that.
Oh man.
I know, it's a bummer. But no, Jay said, nope, you're doing it.
Surprise!
Really? Why don't you? Okay. So instead of me and Dave handing out, the pieces of paper that I don't know if people really need. It was just Dave. And so Dave was really busy trying to hand those to everybody. And how awesome was that the last one was Dave's dad?
That could have been a tearjerker.
A little bit.
Let's not go there.
No,
because we could go there easy.
Right. So
That
that was
pretty
kind of
cool.
awesome. I think yeah, his parents are proud of him, and so well they should be. He's awesome.
Right.
And yes, and then they did the installation for me, and so I been kind of busy, so I didn't really look at any of that stuff.
Oh.
Jay said to me before, I'm going to ask you some questions, and he showed them to me briefly, and I said, nah, I think I can, answer all of these. Yeah, so that was Jay did great.
I really enjoyed that because when they were reading them, it was just really, I like the wording.
Yes. Yeah.
Very meaningful.
Yeah. And what Jay didn't really mention it, but last month I was with them in Montana for Western Conference annual conference, and they did ordination out there. And one of the pastors out there had mentioned to Jay before that, and so then Jay mentioned it there, how every time he's at annual conference and there is the ordination service, he really pays close attention to that and just feels like he's renewing his ordination vows and pays close attention. And so then I paid a little closer attention this time. There's a lot of questions, but boy, these are serious questions. We are taking these ordination vows to say, I am on the line here to serve the Lord as a pastor in ministry. And so
yeah, I took them to heart too.
Yeah.
And
then they have Chris Nielsen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Chris back when I was a young pastor, and Chris was an older than me pastor. And we were just pastors together, and then he was my superintendent for several years, and then just to have him come back and pray for us afterwards, that was great. And the family was here.
Yes.
If you haven't been to the conference office, come on by sometime. I'm not here all the time, and but there's a big table. Well, it's not huge, but a good sized table in the superintendent's office. And so we just had the kids come, and my parents came, and we just
ate leftover food.
Ate leftover food from annual conference.
Say, have supper with us.
Have supper with us. We had extra Panera, and so
it was, and yeah.
And my mom made pie. Is there any pie left?
I think she took it home, but I had she just because I'm celiac, so she just made the guts of the pie, the filling.
Whoa.
I didn't have the crust.
Is there any of that left?
Yeah, you could have some because it's so rich. And oh my goodness. Okay, I just want to make one side note. Okay. So last night, as Brian is being installed, I think some of you may have noticed that my legs were really shaking, and it was not. I want to just say I was not nervous. I was actually very calm in my heart. But I have this thing where I can't stand still, and I didn't know what I was like. So
usually you get the restless leg at night while you're trying to sleep.
Sometimes, but when I'm standing still, I just can't. And so when I'm worshiping the Lord, I'm usually moving because.
You like to move it.
So anyways, I just want you to know I was not nervous. I just can't keep my legs still for any amount of time. So anyways.
Yeah.
That's
so it was great. I am overwhelmed at the trust and the responsibility. But looking forward to just exciting times. Let's see. We are going to a different church this Sunday. Gonna be preaching at Albany Evangelical Church, First and Pine Street there in downtown-ish Albany. And so that'll be great.
Yes.
Last Sunday we were at Sodaville. Randy Butler was preaching, so that was kind of fun.
That was a good sermon.
Yeah,
I
well,
enjoyed his
Randy's good.
preaching.
Randy's awesome.
I don't normally get to
Yep.
hear him preach, so
Right.
this is kind of fun just
Yep.
to hear different preachers.
Yep. And be praying for the Sotaville Church and Pastor Winston. Pastor Winston, his wife Lois, right after Gen Con had bad
Not been feeling well.
diagnosis. She hadn't been feeling well, but they had a big vacation, celebrated 50th wedding anniversary. But after that, she kind of went downhill, and we just got the word she passed away today. And so, yeah, I just texted with Winston earlier today, and just we're praying for him. He's taking this Sunday off too. Superintendent, nope. Former Superintendent Emeritus Randy Myers. Randy Myers.
Why don't we just
Randy.
There we go.
He's going to be preaching at Sotaville this Sunday.
That's
so
nice.
Randy's always a great speaker, and so yeah, he'll be at Sotaville. We'll be at Albany, and what else do I have going on here? I don't know. We had a great time with the Western Conference leaders.
Yeah.
And I talked about this Monday night, how, in the past, our denomination's been very conference driven. And so we've really been kind of doing our own thing, and they're doing their thing over there. But in all of this, chaos these days, I'm really excited about finding ways to work together with the Western Conference. And
that sounds exciting.
Yes, and we had a great meeting with them today.
Good.
We didn't really decide a ton, but we're working on figuring it out. And then we had lunch with them. Good guys, right?
Oh my word!
Yes. And so we better wrap this thing up.
Oh, I know. We could just talk forever.
Oh, we could, but anyway. What?
Nothing.
No,
nothing. I said nothing.
Be nice to me. I'm fragile. I'm fragile. Okay. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining us. Be praying for one another. We're working on, we constantly need to update the conference prayer calendar. But be praying for one another. Let's see, there's various pastors groups, and there's always Touch Base Tuesday. And Aaron Brenner is the new guy taking the lead on Touch Base Tuesdays, so the pastors can have a time to get together.
That's awesome.
And just for a half-hour prayer, I think it's great. So anyway, hey, we'll see you next time on the adventures of Brian and Donalyn. So bye-bye.